Hello YouTube. Yep, it's been a while. I felt I was overdue for putting together a video, and today I really wanted to showcase my IBM PCjr. When it came out, it was kind of a flop because I think that they were trying to compete with the 8-bit home computers like the Commodores and Ataris of the time, which were a lot cheaper and probably had a lot better graphics and a lot more software. The Apple IIe at that point in time, remember this came out in 1984, the Apple IIe was probably a little bit more expensive, but already had a stronghold in the schools. And so that made for a tough sell. I think they were surprised to find out that a lot of businesses were trying to buy them as a cheaper alternative to a PC, but with less RAM and no hard drive. In fact, when it first came out, it didn't have real keys on the keyboard. It had a chiclet keyboard. And so it probably wasn't a very good fit for a business as well. So why the heck would anybody want one of these? Well, I'll tell you why I like it. I mean, I got a bunch of reasons. I'll say that, it's a small form factor. I mean, have you seen a PCAT or XT? In person, because I have, and they're huge. They're easily twice the height of this machine and probably weigh close to 70 pounds, big steel. They're maybe 1.5 the length of this machine here. This machine has graphics and sound capability built in, which the PC XT and AT did not. And, here's another reason is my grandfather was a huge fan of IBM. And when I got out of college, one of my first jobs was at IBM too. And so I'm a little bit of an IBM fanboy, at least I like the hardware. And as far as vintage machines go, there's a lot of these available for a reasonable price. I mean, they just unearthed a huge stockpile of new-in-the-box PCjrs and parts at the company in Texas. What's it called? Computer Resell, or let me see if I've got it in my notes here. Computer Reset. But anyways, so, this machine I got off of eBay. I think I paid $100 for it, and it didn't look like this at all. It was very dirty. It was broken. And what I did is I took it apart and scrubbed it with a simple green and a scrub brush. It made the case look really nice. I was able to find a new-in-the-box keyboard for it with the actual keys, not the chiclets, so that's kind of nice. And instead of using this infrared port, I've actually got it plugged in using the optional keyboard cable. Let's see. I found this IBM PCjr monitor at a local store that was going out of business, and they had two, and this one was still in the box. It was used, but very good shape. I couldn't believe it. And then why in the world is there this box next to it? Well, that is a hard drive in a portable hard drive container. And if you look on the side, that card right there, I put that card together from a kit that was called a Junior IDE. It is a IDE hard drive controller. This right here is a battery-backed real-time clock. It's got several features. This is interesting for PCjrs. If you don't already know, this is how you expand them. This is called a sidecar. I found this sidecar sealed in the cellophane, new in the box. And this stuff hasn't inflated to crazy prices, at least not as a couple of years ago. Anyways, I don't know what they are now. I haven't looked, but this stuff is reasonably priced. Here is an Ethernet adapter that plugs into the parallel port, and so I've actually got this thing online. So yeah, the original PCjr, a little bit suspect with what you can do with it, but I forgot to mention, I also got new in the box hard disk drive kit with a drive and the card to plug into it. I replaced the clunky original power supply with a modern ATX setup that was kind of put together by a hobbyist, and I had to 3D print a little panel for the back of it so it all mounted properly, but it's in really good shape now. And I found a new in the box motherboard. Can you believe it? And it was cheap. It was like 25 bucks. I replaced the CPU. It's an 8088 from the factory, just what the IBM PC used. But I put in an NEC, what is it called? A V20, which is 8088 compatible, but much faster. And so it soups it up a little bit. So enough gabbing. Let me turn this puppy on. One of the other things the Junior IDE card has is a memory upgrade. So where this thing originally came with 128, it was 64 on the motherboard and then an additional 64 on a plug-in card on the motherboard. But then the expanded memory to take us up to 640 comes from that Junior IDE. So that one card allows you to interface a hard drive, real-time clock, and additional memory. Let's see, well, this thing is booting up here, I'll tell you. For any computer to be useful for me, it has to do something. It shouldn't just sit here and, you know, not be useful. With this one able to get online, I can do IRC, I can call Telnet BBSs or play MUDs online. I actually have an FTP software on here, and so this is kind of interesting. I can start the FTP server, and this thing is listening on my network. Then from my modern computer, I can send it files that I've downloaded on the internet, burn them on this floppy drive, and then carry that floppy drive downstairs to where I've still got that old 486 based ROM burner that I told you about in a previous video. I've got a more modern, what is it called, 866 CS USB ROM burner, but it has trouble driving the new or the older chips like a 2716 EEPROM. Whereas my 486 will do those chips, and sometimes you need those. So anyways, let's do some stuff here. Since this thing is online, let's check the clock and see if we can update. I haven't turned this box on for a while. It's a little dusty. I don't know if you can see that. Dash set, pool.ntp. .org, right? We're going to see how accurate that real-time clock is. Here we go. Okay, so it updated my system time to NTP. That's pretty cool. What else can we do? Let's do, let me show you IRC. IRC, Junior. /net. This is a vintage computer group that I think is a great bunch of guys and a fun place. It's the channel is called VC for Vintage Computing. So here we go. Sorry about the glare in the top of the monitor there. I think it's got to still go to the, oh, no such channel. I think, did I forget to put the pound sign in front of it? Maybe I hit control. Oh man. Well, let's turn on timestamps. And let's turn the beeper on. /join. Yeah, like I said, I haven't used this thing in a little while. There we go. IRC is a little bit different than you know, some stuff that you might be used to. It's not always real time. A lot of times, oh, there we go, somebody's in there. A lot of times people will leave their system on IRC and just do other stuff, and they come back and find somebody's replied to them. Or you can have a real-time chat. I don't know that I'll stick around. This video is getting a little bit long. Okay. Well, what else can you do? You know, you can download Vi for older computers. How cool is that? I won't save that, but that's an editor. This has an assembler on it, so you can actually code assembly for 8088, I guess, or 8086. Let's see what kind of graphics this thing has. The first time you run a directory with the Junior IDE, and I've got a pretty big hard drive for this hardware, so that's what this little bit of a delay is. As it's computing the amount of free space, it takes a little while. It only hits you on the first time. And you can see I've got all the old standbys, but let's see what the 8-bit guy's Planet X3 looks like on an actual PCjr. I don't remember the name of the game. It's been too long. I want to say it's something like X3 or PX3. There you go. Okay. Let's see. We want PCjr, and we want PCjr sound. How cool is that, huh? All right, real quick, let's do a Telnet BBS. Oops, there it is. Okay, Telnet. There we go. That's a lot better, huh? All right, I'm gonna get out of this here, and I'll show you MIPS. How fast is this thing anyways, compared to an IBM PC, which is in column 1. Now this is with upgraded RAM and the NEC V20 chip replacing the CPU. Alright, how about that? Overall performance is 1.41 times what a IBM PC is. So I think this thing is very capable. It's faster than a PC, has the full complement of memory that a PC could have, and it has hard drive and disk drive and graphics and sound. So there's a ton of software available for these things. And as you can see, I've got mine online too. So hopefully this will maybe inspire a few folks to look around at old computers. Hey, how about this? It can even run cartridges too for a PC format. It's kind of neat. Anyways, that'll do it for today. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.